We made it. Last stop of our road trip. We're in Oceanside, and we're gonna try to skydive and surf in the same day. Welcome to Oceanside. It's sick.
Cory.
Dylan.
Nice to meet you, Dylan. How you doing today? So this is my favorite part right here, the anticipation. You get to this light, you're like, what's the surf look like?
Is it pretty consistent down here?
Yeah, that's how I ended up here. There's always something to surf around.
Yeah.
Right now all the sand is gone, so the city of Oceanside is actually doing a sand replenishment program from Tower 5 south. It's all cobblestone. This used to be all sand beach.
So the sand will help the surf.
It'll help the surf, it'll help all the property value, because when we get the king tides, all these rocks, you can't come down here. We'd be getting barreled right now in the golf cart. Oceanside was the first area where the X Games were actually ever held.
I went to the one in Ventura this year. It was good, dude. It felt like old X Games. It was fun.
So here's the South Jetty, Tower 12. If you like lefts, we're gonna be lining up with Tower 12, and there's gonna be a good runner that comes to the peak right out in front of there.
Perfect.
This is where we do the surf school right here. But we do eco tours every day with the kids. I teach them about the jetty, when the harbor was built, the San Luis River mouth right there, how it flows from Palomar Mountain out to here, how it keeps our sand, how it makes our sandbars, how it makes the waves here in Oceanside. Ooh, look at the waves. Oh yeah, the left's working right now. Ooh, it's on. You ready to get some laughs?
Oh, let's do it. I gotta limber up.
Casa su casa.
All right, what's going on in Oceanside today?
Oh my gosh, there's a lot of good stuff going on around here. You guys happen to stumble upon one of the greatest events in Oceanside. This is the adaptive surf competition. These guys come from all over the world to 18 different countries, 100 and something different athletes surfing in this event. This is for para-athletes, spinal, mental, blind, deaf, no legs. I mean, they have like 9 different divisions here. So it's such an inspiration to see. You know, those days that I get down to the beach, I'm like, I don't know if I want to surf, you know? It's kind of,
the small complaints, first world problems, and then you see them charging it.
Yeah, then I see my buddy paddling out with no arms. I'm like, I'm out there, you know?
And these guys are athletes, they're professionals. It's not like...
They are full-blown professional athletes, you know? I mean, you know, as a surfer, just how hard it is to paddle out with just all your normal arms and legs. Now imagine having a disability, one arm tied behind your back, having no legs to kick, having no sight or sound to hear. Because in surfing, you use all your senses, from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet.
It's so inspiring. It's not stopping them at all.
No. Hopefully it inspires the other people and that take, you know, whether we met Sean and his story, you know, instead of woe is me, he turned it into a positive, and, you know, he turned losing his leg into making it a mission of his life to do good and to give back and to show the world that, hey, just because something happens doesn't mean you have to give up. You know?
It's so cool that they're traveling the world. Like, this is the final stop in the tour in Oceanside, just inspiring across the world.
And, you know, they get to show love and what surfing's all about.
After spending the day with Cory, he connected us to his father-in-law, the founder and creator of Sticky Bumps. Sticky Bumps is a brand of surf wax that has been handmade in California for over 50 years, known for its high quality and performance and used by surfers around the world. We're about to step inside the factory and see how it's made.
What was it like for you when you first got started? What were people when you were younger using in surf wax?
When I started waxing surfboards, we used paraffin wax. And
Just like a candle or something.
Yep. And we used candles, and you
Yeah.
drip them. But we were the first commercially viable, like, let's really make something that works. The thing that makes all modern surf waxes work so well is calcium carbonate.
And what is that? What's another word for calcium carbonate? Is that like a...
Seashells.
Seashells?
You get deposits that at one time were ocean bottom. You drive the 18 to Mammoth, you drive right by where this stuff comes from.
No way. Okay.
It's everything that accumulates on the bottom. It's what coral reefs are made out of.
So,
of course.
That's kind of cool though, that like we're using it in the ocean and then it's kind of going back into the ocean. And have you guys explored creating a more sustainable version of wax? No?
It's in the freezer as we speak.
Oh.
You tell anyone.
We can't use that.
So it has to freeze. This will be in here overnight. In freezing it and thawing it, it's a curing. If you don't do these last two steps, you still won't get the finished product. Put this in your hand. You're the first civilian to ever touch that. Me too. So this is a complete non-petroleum.
This is it. This is the future.
It's all 100% natural ingredients.
Wow. This is going to take over. This is
squeeze
going to
it
be
in your
everywhere.
hand.
It's sticky.
Yeah.
It's little steps and you guys are the big guys. I love it. I love it. You guys are going to pave the way for everybody else.
You have to run it through this process. It's not only high-speed shearing the product, it's also mixing air in there, which is part of what makes it apply a bit easier. And then from there, we have another machine that fills the trays, but it also puts pressure to it. So in order to pump it, everything's got to be hot, right? We're working with temperatures.
Most of us know the surf wax always has good smells. Like, what are some of your favorite smells and what are some of the worst smells you've tried?
Apple is the worst.
Apple is the worst?
Anything sweet.
Okay.
But apple especially, it's like armpit.
Do you still make it?
No. Okay. So when you pour the powder, calcium carbonate, into that mix, we don't want any dust coming up. So that just collects dust. The essential that we get air in the bar too. It's heavy to begin with. When you add calcium carbonate, you're adding, pretty heavy weight.
This is your passion, so you made a career out of it.
I didn't have a choice. I saw surfing and that was it. It's like, this is where you're going, boy.
Yeah.
You're gonna be into surfing. And in those days, that's mid-50s in La Jolla. Surfing, you were an outcast for sure.
And now seeing what you've created, like Sticky Bumps is a household name for anyone that surfs.
Yeah, thank you.
It's cool to see the impact you've made.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for people starting business? Because I feel like you just kind of said what I hear a lot is like,
if it's in you, you don't need any advice. So you don't make a plan.
Yeah.
The plan makes you.
I love it.
You know.
Yeah.
You got the scoop.
Yeah, we got the scoop.
Ross says okay. So
I love it. But thank you guys for everything. This is really cool.
Thank you. Oh, bitchin'. I'm glad you came.
All right. Wow. That was awesome.
And that's a wrap. I learned so much on this road trip, from how surfing originated in Santa Cruz to how surf wax is made in Oceanside. My biggest takeaway is how much of an impact this sport has outside of the water. It inspires, creates business, brings people together, and creates an identity for these coastal communities. And this trip inspired me to keep exploring California and see all it has to offer.